There are stories that leave you wondering if the veil between our world and something else, something darker, might be thinner than we think. Tonight's story comes from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, a place known for its warm sands, ocean breezes, and nightlife. But beneath that beauty, something sinister may linger in the mist. The narrator's encounter didn't happen in a haunted house or a forgotten graveyard, but on a quiet, foggy beach where something impossible walked or perhaps floated across the sand. So settle in, turn off the lights, and listen closely, because once you hear this story, you may never look at the ocean the same way again. The narrator had lived in Myrtle Beach for most of his life, over 20 years of sunsets and salt air. He'd grown up there, moved away a few times, but always seemed to return to that stretch of Carolina coast he called home. For most of his life, he hadn't given much thought to the paranormal until one night changed everything. It was February of 2020, a cool, misty evening with temperatures hovering in the mid-60s, the kind of night where you throw on a sweater, roll up your sleeves, and take a stroll along the shore. The narrator and his then-girlfriend had just finished a long day of work and decided to unwind with a few drinks and a walk on the beach near 38th Avenue North, right by Myrtle Beach High School. As they parked and stepped onto the fog-draped sand, his girlfriend laughed and said jokingly, "Wow, this is spooky. Hopefully there's no axe murderer out here." They both laughed, not realizing how eerily close those words would hit to the truth. The beach was quiet, too quiet. No distant chatter, no footsteps but their own. Just the faint sound of waves rolling in under a blanket of fog. Then something moved. At first it was just a shape, dark and human-like, slowly emerging through the mist, a cloaked and hooded figure gliding along the shoreline. The way it moved was all wrong, not walking, not running, but something in between. It seemed to float, gliding across the wet sand like it weighed nothing. Its stride was unnaturally rigid, almost mechanical, like the march of a soldier or something mimicking one. The narrator said it moved so fast it covered distances that no human could in that amount of time, almost as if time itself bent around it. The couple froze, unable to look away. The cloaked figure got closer, maybe 50 yards away now, and then it changed. The figure bent backward in an impossible, grotesque motion, its limbs moving too quickly, too fluidly, as it started crawling inland toward them. Then it pivoted, sharp and deliberate, an L-shaped turn, as if it had noticed them. That was all the narrator needed to see. He and his girlfriend bolted, sprinting across the sand toward their car. The laughter from earlier was gone, replaced by pure animal panic. They jumped into the car, slammed the doors, and tore out of the parking lot, driving for nearly an hour around town, terrified that whatever that thing was might still be following. That night marked the beginning of something darker. Months passed, and the relationship ended, but the strange encounters didn't. The narrator would occasionally walk alone at night, trying to clear his mind, but every so often he'd get that same feeling again, that electric tension in the air, that cold awareness that he wasn't alone. Then, about a year and a half later, something even stranger happened. It was around 1 a.m. when the narrator found himself drawn once again to the shoreline. The beach was empty, just the endless sea and sky, until he noticed something above the water. A prism of light hovering over the ocean, silent, motionless. He stared, confused, and then a sound broke through the waves.
Not the cry of seagulls, not the hum of boats, but something hunting. Snapping branches, heavy footsteps, the crack of limbs in the trees nearby. Whatever it was following him. He ran full sprint through the night air up 36th Avenue North. Behind him, he could hear it closing in. The wind howled, carrying those unnatural sounds, not animal, not human. He reached his apartment, slammed the door, locked it, and tried to catch his breath. But the nightmare wasn't over. Moments later, something began scratching the wall outside his bedroom. Slow, deliberate. He could feel it, that same presence from the beach, right outside. That night, he had a vivid vision. He saw himself stepping out of his room, only to be dragged down the hallway by something unseen, something that wanted him. When he woke, everything was quiet again, but the feeling, the awareness, stayed. It's been 3 years now. The narrator still lives in Myrtle Beach. He hasn't had another encounter since that night, but he still wonders what he saw. Was it a spirit, a manifestation, or something beyond what we can comprehend? Encounters like this one make us question how much we truly understand about the world around us. How does a human-shaped shadow move that fast across the sand? What force could twist a figure into that unnatural shape, and why did it seem to notice the people watching? Some say the beaches of Myrtle hold more than seashells and salt air. They hold energy, spirits drawn to the edge of two worlds, land and sea, where souls may linger, trapped in endless motion. Others believe it could be a manifestation of fear itself, something that feeds on energy, appearing only to those open enough to perceive it. Whatever it was, one thing is certain: the narrator's life was forever changed that night. And maybe, just maybe, the next time you find yourself walking on a foggy beach at night, you'll think twice before laughing at the darkness. If you've ever seen something you can't explain, something that defies logic and reason, the uploader wants to hear from you. Share your story in the comments below, and who knows, your experience might be featured in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more true encounters just like this one.